Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a rescape on the first nano tanker setup. It's infested with snails and duckweed just keeps coming back, so I'm just going to scrap it all. So here we are at the tank. Little nano tank, definitely needs a rescape. As you can see, it is absolutely plagued with snails everywhere. Everywhere you look, we've got assassin snails in here, but they can't keep up with it. So, and the dreaded duckweed is back. So I've had enough of it. I think it's time to get rid of it all and start again. So I think the first thing I'll do is I'll set up my temporary tank for the fish to go in. The fish and the shrimp and the snails, the two assassin snails anyway. And get that set up, get the fish out, and then pull out the hardscape. I'm going to try and save the Anubis, because there's quite a few in here. There's two big ones at the back as well, you can hardly see. So I'm going to give them a clean, try and take all the snails off. I'll put them in a separate tank though, just keep them going. So yeah, here we go. I'll get on to cleaning out the temporary tanks for the fish and the plants. So here's my temporary tanks I've got. I've got this tall one here, which is an 18 litre, got it off a friend of mine. Very kindly donated it to me. And then the other one there, the shallow one, I actually bought that off eBay and it was under £3. So I'm just going to give them a clean out now. It's another 18 litre as well, by the way. So I'll get them cleaned out, get them plants and the decorations cleaned out. So that's the lid that the guy bought it off actually made. It's just made out of perspex, that one. It did come with a glass lid as well, but it doesn't cover the whole top of it. So I'll get them cleaned, and there's these plants that all come with the tank. It comes with some substrate, but I got rid of that. You never know what's been in it. It also comes with filter as well. So in that bucket I've got hydrogen peroxide, 3% solution mixed with a bit of water, just to dilute it a bit. And I'm just going to give that a scrub with just a normal dish sponge. So yeah, just speed run this, get them all nice and clean. So that's the shallow cleaned. Let's move on to the tall one. This isn't too bad, so I just need a quick rinse really. So let's get on with that. Comes with a lid, all in one lid, and some ruins. Let's get on cleaning. So that's the tanks all cleaned down with the hydrogen peroxide and water. Now I'm just going to dry it with some paper towels. I'll leave the tanks empty for about a week, just in case there's anything left over in there, but it should be okay. So I'll just get these dried and then I'll move on to giving the decorations and plants a quick dip in that bucket as well. So I'm just going to give the decorations a quick dip and scrub down in that orange bucket. Taking any of the loose plants off there as well. As you can see, some of them fall apart. So I'll just take them out as I'm going. Once these are clean, I'll get the tanks set up where they're going to be stored and where the fish will be stored eventually. So I'll take you over to look at the tanks once they're all nice and clean and set up. So here's the tanks, nicely cleaned, look great here. Got some lights that I bought off Amazon, I'll link in the description. Quite good really, they're only cheap as well, less than a tenner I think. Still got some duckweed in there, but I've got a plan to get rid of that if it grows in the temporary tank. Let's see how we go. That's all the fish, and snails and a shrimp. So I'll put them in this temporary tank I've got set up here. I've got the old filter in there, give it a bit of a clean, and the old heater, and that's old tank water out of their old tank. So let's get them in. There we are, the fish are all in the temporary tank. Got the fake plants in there as well to break it up a bit. Like I said, the old filter and the old heater from the other tank. The guppies, got all the baby cories in there as well. They're all acting dead. The assassin snails as well. So now I've just got to, I'm going to try and rescue some of my anubis plants, put them in this tank for now, just to store them. So let's get on with that. So here's what my tank looks like at the moment. Got all the fish out of there. Put them in the other tank. I'm going to move the thermometer over as well. So I'm just going to clean that out. Try and save some of my plants that are in there. The rest of it's all getting binned. Oh, and I'll save the dragonstone and put that in storage for now. So here's the anubias that I'm going to try and save. I'm going to do an inspection on all of them, see if I can find any snails and take them off. And then I'm going to do hydrogen peroxide soak for 5 minutes. I'm going to put I think it's 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 19 parts water. I'll go and soak in there for 5 minutes. That should kill anything that's left on them. And then we'll transfer them over to that temporary tank and leave them to grow for a week or so, or until we need them again. So that's the anubias having a 5 minute soak. So there we are, got the anubis in there. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there, got a light on, put some cling film on it. Let me know any advice to keep that alive. That's the fish all settled in. I'll just put some bacteria in there as well, just for safekeeping. I'm going to get the rest of the substrate that's infested with snails. I'm going to get it all out, give the tank a good clean. So we're going to try and get all the residue of the duckweed out. Get a good clean orange bucket, if you know where they're from, you know. And a scoop, and I'm just going to scoop all the substrate out. This is a mixture of fluvial stratum and then some black, can't remember what it's called, like marine stones. Nothing beneficial in them stones, so I'm just going to get rid. And obviously I believe that there are going to be a load of snail eggs in there. So let's just get it all out and start again. Easier if it didn't have this plastic rim on it. I could just basically tip it out, but it'll just all get caught in there, so I think this is probably the best solution. Now I'm going to take it outside and get the hose pipe on it, and I won't bring you along for that. One, because you don't need to see that, and two, my garden's a tip because it's a building site. So yeah, I'll take it outside, get the hose pipe on it, and I'll come back to you with hopefully a bit of a cleaner tank. So I'll just bin and give that a quick hose pipe outside. As you can see, it's still filthy, so I've just got in another orange bucket. I've got hydrogen peroxide and a bit of water. I'm just going to give it a wipe down with a dish sponge scourer, and hopefully we'll get it a bit cleaner. And then I'm going to dry it with some kitchen roll, and hopefully it'll look a lot better the next time you see it. This sponge will be going in the bin because I hate duckweed, and it's going to be all over this sponge after this. I don't know what was worse, the duckweed or the snails. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Just gonna get this dry. I probably won't show you that on camera. I'll get it dry and I'll come back to you. So there we go, the tank's all cleaned. I've got the background on it, it's a dual aquarium, black and white background. I'll put a link in the description. It's a small one, but managed to get this and the other nano tank out of one. So that's good. So next I'm going to get some substrate in there. It's going to be a mix of some old aquarium soil, and I've got some pond soil. I'm going to give that a mix, put it in some bags, get it in here. So for today I've finished, and I'll pick this up again next time. So for you it'll be 5 seconds, for me it could be a couple of days before I get around to doing it. Anything else on there? Right, so as you've just seen, I've got a mixture in here of some old aquarium gravel, aquarium substrate, and I've got some pond soil in there as well. So I'm going to scoop that into some of these plastic bags, and like I said previously, it's going to be a corner composition, so it's all going to come out from this far corner. So any plants are really going to be in here. So I'm going to put the substrate I just made up, nutrient rich substrate, into these plastic bags. See how many we can get out of this and put them in that corner for now. So let's get on with that. And these bags are going to be capped, so don't have to worry about stuff floating off the compost, because it's going to be capped with pool filter sand. I'll get that out in a bit. So only fill your bags halfway so that they lie flat, like so. To be honest, I'll probably just need one more bag really. It's the joys of having a nano tank. You don't need much nutrient rich subbase. And if I do find the plants need a bit more of a boost, then I'll get some root tabs and just plonk them in the soil and the substrate. I've got two in there. It'll probably be enough. I might just get one more in just to bring the height up a bit more as well. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Let's do it. Trying to flatten it all out a bit more, make it easier when you come to the next layer, but yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, it's high enough. So I'll get the pool filter sand out and we'll get some of that in there as well. So this is the pool filter sand I've got. We'll get this out, get it in. I've got this jug here, pour it in, we'll see where we go up to. We'll get some of this in. It doesn't need washing because it's pool filter sand, so it doesn't need any washing. Should be fine to go straight in. It'll cap that nutrient rich sub base off. So yeah, we'll get on with that now. So we want it higher at the back anyway for that depth perception. So it just looks better if it's a bit higher at the back. So we'll do that anyway. The other thing I've got that I need to test is my filter. I've got a different filter that I'm putting in this. Still an internal filter, but I'm going to try and put it in this back corner. So here's the filter I've got for it. It's an allpondsoultions aquarium corner filter, and it's a 250 CIF. And it actually just goes in the corner, and it's got a spray bar on it. So let's see how big this is and if I've left enough room. Just get the suction cups on it. Somewhere around there. I'll put my spray bar on it around there. Somewhere, whether it's that way, or I can actually have it that way. I'm probably going to do it across like that. Some description. So yeah, plenty of room there. Probably as high as we'll go. Yeah, get on doing the scape now. Now I know that fits in. So I've got a selection of river cobbles here that I'm going to put in the tank. So I'll get this set up now with some of these cobbles in. Try and make a nice little scape. And we've got some scatter gravel in that bag. I'm going to put some of that in as well. And then we'll get on to the wood, which I'm looking forward to. So here I'm just trying to place some of these river pebbles in like a natural way they would fall. So I'm going to start with this big one here. Try not to place it directly in the centre of the tank, because that really doesn't look natural or in any straight lines. So I'm putting it a bit off centre and at a diagonal. And now I'm just trying to place some supporting stones around it. And again, not in straight lines, trying to offset them slightly and going at it for different angles. There's really no straight lines in nature. So I'm just going to play around with some of these stones. So I've had to play around with it off camera, and I think that's probably the best I'm going to get. It's supposed to be like a riverbed, or yeah, riverbed I'm going for. Yeah, that's the best I'm going to get. So let's get some wood in there, that'll make all the difference as well. So change my mind again, I'm going to go with that, that's what I'm sticking with. Looks a bit more natural, I think. So there's 4 in there, 4 pebbles. I don't like having even numbers, I prefer to have odd, but with the size of the pebbles I've got and the size of the tank, they're not the best I'm going to get. So let's get that wood in now. I'll mess around off camera and I'll show you what I've come up with. So that's what I've got so far. Looks pretty good to me. See if I can get any more over in this section. Need something here, I think. So we'll try and get something else in there. Looks good, but no, I think I preferred the first bit. Something like that. So I'll come back to you, we'll get it glued down, come back to you and put some scatter gravel on. Right, I've not glued it yet, but this is what I've gone for. Looks like it's got roots coming out over the riverbank. And we've got stuff growing up like trees or something. I just think it looks brilliant. Because this is where you're going to be viewing it from, this side. That's it from the top, filters in, make sure I've got some room. I'm not going to have much plants in the substrate, I'm going to try and get epiphytes to try and cover some of these square edges off. Yeah, I think it's going to look cool. So I'm going to get this glued in and then hopefully get some scatter gravel in there as well, only a bit, just along the front. Just along the front of the river's edge. So yeah, that should look good. The glare's not doing it any justice. I'm trying to get the right angle, but the glare in here is not doing it any good. But you can see there the roots coming over the riverbank. That's going to look brilliant, this. So I've got the wood all glued down now. Looks pretty good. I've left some of the wood out because I've got a big open space there in the middle that I'm going to put a big plant in. Whether it's an Anubias or a big Java fern, but it should fill out that really nice. The next steps is to get some scatter gravel in there. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that. got the scatter gravel in now. It's looking really good this, I'm really pleased with what we've accomplished today. Can't wait to get this planted. To plant it, get it all planted. I've also got a Hygger Mini heater to put in this as well. So we'll get on with that first, get the heater in, and then we'll get the plants prepped to go. So I'm actually going to put the heater just next to the filter there in the corner, because that's where the most flow will be. And it'll get the heat, I'll get the water all nicely warmed up evenly. So we'll just go there next to it. And the reason I've gone for this one is because it's a little tiny mini heater, and you can set it from outside, and when it's plugged in it'll display the temperature there that you've set it to. Yeah, that's a really small heater. It's a 50 watt, so it's plenty for this 28 litre tank. Right, we'll get the plants prepped now. So these first lot of plants I've got here are from a main head in, I can't remember where it was. It was on the way home from a farm I went to with the family, and we just popped in, and this is what I picked up. I'll pin it below where I got them from, and overlay some images of the shop where it was. And I've got a few videos of some of the fish there that I like. So while we're getting on with this, I'll can time lapse it, me prepping these, and I'll overlay some of them videos as well. So let's get into this. So I'm going to save these pots because they're quite handy. Ceramic rings. And this is a crypt. Fancy tweezers. Got these for Christmas. Just going to use these to scrape off the rock wool. If you're enjoying this video so far, please give it a like. Just trying to break them apart a bit so I'll get some more plants out of it. Can be difficult. We'll see how it goes. See what they grow like. Try not to damage the roots too much. There we go. Try and get another lot out of that. Oh, lovely. This is a Java fern. I think it's a Java fern window. The shop didn't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a window because of these. Nice and easy. And these plants are all from Aquaflow. So this is a giant Anubias. It's going to be my centerpiece plant. Just got to try and get it out of this pot. LiQWYD. Didn't exactly go in for this, but this should look good, I think, around the foreground, front of the rocks anyway. If I can get it out of this pot, geez. Another Java fern. Java fern winterlove. And then this is another fern. This is what I got sold as well. It's going to grow like mad. It'll fill it out, it'll take out all the nitrite and nitrates out of the water because it grows that fast. I'll just keep cutting it back and replanting this. I did want slow growing plants in this. We're going to give this a go. So that's all my aquaflow plants ready to go. And I've got another selection of plants that I ordered online from somewhere I've ordered from before called K2AQUA. They're on eBay and they're on Amazon. And I've used theirs before in the other nano tank with the better in. So there they are, K2AQUA plants. I'll show you what I've got in here. We've got another crit, but a brown. We've got some Java moss. Some Hydrophila polysperma. And a tiny little bit of Bucephalandra. So I'll get those plants prepped as well. Well, we're going to leave that till the end, the Java moss. That's not going to take long to prep, is it? But we'll get it there. So yeah, this anubis is going to go on here, like so. With anubis, make sure you get on the rhizome and not the roots. Crips don't need much light, so I'm going to actually put it underneath that anubis. Another crypt, the green type, I'm also going to put next to it. have Liliopsis. So next I'm going to do the stem plots. And I'm going to do these big ones right at the back. Don't forget to subscribe to see what comes next with this tank. So that's it, it's all planted now. I'm going to take it into its final place and we're going to fill it up. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's been a few weeks since I flooded that nano tank I've been rescaping, so it's about time I got some fish for it. So we'll go through any issues I had with it, some algae that's appeared in there, but that's just normal stages with planted tanks. And we'll get some fish in. I've been to Australe Aquatics, they've helped me out a lot. Shout out to Spud for Manchester Fins. So yeah, we'll get into this video and you'll see the fish at the end, what we've got, and I'm really happy with these fish, to be honest. Only small little fish, but I'm over the moon with them. They look brilliant in the tank. And here's the tank a few days after I flooded it. I added some floating plants just because I thought it needed it, but it's looking really good. I think it's time to try and get some fish in the next couple of days. So this was actually a couple of weeks later. I started noticing this algae in the tank. I think it's string algae or hair algae, and I think this is just a part of planted tanks. You get this stage. I think I'll do a quick water change and see if we can get rid of it. So I've got the tank all ready for some fish. Let's head over to Australe Aquatics and see what they've got in. I actually spoke to Spud, Manchester Fins, who owns Australe Aquatics, before I got there, and he suggested some fish, and one of them were these pea puffers. So this was on the cards. Could have got a small community of pea puffers in there. Also these ember tetras was on the cards as well. But I actually decided on these killifish, Australe Killifish I think they're called. And I think these will look fantastic in that tank, and I'll put my cories in as well, I think. So I've got them all. That's them there in the bag. As soon as we get home, turn the light off so they didn't get stressed out, and I'll try and get them acclimated. I'll leave them in there for a bit longer. I'll get the bag open and start putting some water in there, get them acclimatised to the water chemistry. So as you can see, the tank's looking pretty good even without the light on. There we go, I've got the bag open now, and I'll just keep topping up the bag with some water out of my tank, just so they don't get a shock when they get put back in. That'll probably take me about an hour. I'll get them in. So that's it, a few hours later I've let them settle in a bit and turn the light on, and at this moment I can only see the male one. He looks like he's settled in, those coming out quite a lot. Let's just see if we can see the female. I have read, and the female ones can be quite timid. But let's just have a look, see if we can see her. I've looked at her a few times and she's just been there looking at me and like disguised. And while we look for her, just admire the growth on them stem plants. Can't believe how well they've grown in just a few weeks. I'm still not seeing her though. That male's looking gorgeous though. It's probably looking for some food. In fact, yeah, if I can't find the female, I'll get some food and I'm sure she'll come out then. Yeah, I can't see her at all. Let me know in the comments if you spot her anywhere, because I cannot see her. I think I'm going to have to get some food out. Yeah, let's go and get some bloodworms and then we'll see if she'll come out. But just admire the male one there. It's looking fantastic. Just give it a tap, see if she comes out. She's not got used to the tap bit. Oh, there we go. Put some bloodworm in, mini bloodworm, and she's come out. You can see the difference in colour though. A lot paler. But they are messy because look at all that frozen food I've had to put in there to try and get them out. So I'm going to have to get them cories in, the panda cories that were originally in this tank. I think I'll put them in, just as like a clean-up crew, because I don't think you can put shrimp and killifish together. But let me know in the comments if anyone else has managed to do that. So there's my cories, panda cories, got 4 of them. So a few hours later, I've got the panda cories in. Seems to be settling quite nice. Killifish are still getting used to them. There's the female, looking at me like, who are these guys? But yeah, well, as you can see in this video, they're quite happy together. Males checking them out, and the pandas are doing a great job at picking up all these leftover food from the killifish. And on another note, in the beta tank next door to the new tank, is this breeding behaviour from the albino cories? That's like where the highest flow is in the tank. So this is a few days after adding the cories, and they have done a cracking job at cleaning up the leftover food. But this tank's looking great now, and that's it. I'm not adding any more fish to it. I'll keep it as this, and obviously if the killifish decide to give me any babies, then that's a bonus. We're just going to leave it as this, and not adding more. And they are kind of doing mating behaviour, but I don't know if they're too young yet. Just keep giving them the frozen food, try and get some live food in them as well. And that's all the cories there, and that's mum and all the babies. But on some other bad news, I've noticed 2 snails. Now these are different to the snails we had previously. I think these are ram's horn snails or mystery snails. Now, can anyone tell me in the comments what kind of snail that is? Because if it's ram's horn, then I'm not too worried about them. But saying that, mystery snails are the same as well. I can always get rid of the eggs. They don't give birth to live snails. So it's like a clutch of eggs, so I could always get rid of that. I also just want to show you how good this mini heater from Hygger is. Don't know if you can see it there in the background, that green dot. That green dot indicates that it's up to the temperature that you've set on the control that's outside of the tank, which is a brilliant feature, I think, because if you ever want to change the temperature for whatever reason, you don't have to get your hands wet and touch the actual heater in the tank. You just use the controller that's outside the tank. And this is the controller here. You just press that set button and that changes the temperature. The green dot, same again, indicates the temperature is matching to what you set it to, and I think you've got a 2-degree leeway, so if it drops 2 degrees the heater kicks in again. But I just think it's a brilliant little bit of kit, and I'll leave a link in the description for this, so you'll have an Amazon link, I think it is. But yeah, it's just a brilliant piece of equipment, especially for a nano tank with the size of it. It doesn't take up much room. And there's the controller again. Easy to get to, easy to hide away. It's fantastic. Definitely thinking about getting these for all my nano tanks. And this one is a 50-watt heater, and it's very small, and it just fits perfectly next to my filter. So yeah, I'll leave you to look at the tank and the fish now. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you next time.